She married him, without knowing his real name. And on their wedding night, she discovered a secret that changed everything. Part 1. The Unexpected Deal. Emma Carter had always believed in love. The kind you read about, the kind that feels like home. But life had other plans. At 27, she was drowning in debt after her father's medical bills. Bills that didn't stop, even after he was gone. One rainy evening in New York City, she sat in a quiet cafe, staring at an email. Final notice. Tears blurred her vision, until someone sat across from her. A man in a black suit, calm, mysterious. "I can solve your problems," he said. Emma frowned. "Excuse me? I'll pay all your debts, every single one." He paused. "In exchange, you marry me," she laughed. "Is this a joke?" "I don't joke about contracts." His name was Daniel, no last name. No past, no explanation. Just a deal. Emma should have walked away. But desperation has a way of silencing logic. 3 days later, she signed the papers. Part 2, A Stranger Husband. Their wedding was small. Quiet, almost secret. No family, no friends. No love, just vows and silence. Emma moved into Daniel's penthouse overlooking the city. It was beautiful, but cold, just like him. He was polite, respectful, distant. They barely spoke. At dinner, he'd sit across from her, answering questions with one-word replies. "Where do you work?" "Business." "What kind of business?" "Complicated." Days turned into weeks. Emma felt like a guest in someone else's life. But one night, everything changed. Part 3, The Secret Room. It was past midnight. Emma couldn't sleep. As she walked through the quiet apartment, she noticed a door she had never seen before. Locked. Curiosity pulled her closer. And somehow it opened. Inside, walls covered in photographs of her. Emma, laughing in a park. Emma, crying outside a hospital. Emma, from years ago. Her heart stopped. "What is this?" A voice behind her answered. "The truth." She turned. Daniel stood in the doorway. For the first time, he looked nervous. "You've been watching me?" she whispered. "No," he said softly. "I've been protecting you." Part 4, His Real Story. Daniel stepped inside. "My real name isn't Daniel." Emma's breath caught. 5 years ago, you saved my life." She shook her head. "I don't even know you. You didn't know me then either." He explained. A rainy night. A car accident. Emma had pulled a stranger from a burning car and disappeared before anyone could thank her. "That stranger was me." Emma's eyes filled with tears. "I searched for you for years," he said. "When I found you, you were drowning in debt." "So you bought my life?" She snapped. "No," he said gently. "I tried to save yours, the way you saved mine." Silence filled the room. "You could have just said thank you." "I was afraid," he admitted. "Afraid you'd disappear again." Part 5, Falling in Love. For the first time, Emma saw him, not as a stranger, but as someone who cared too much, in the wrong way. Days changed after that. Daniel started opening up. He laughed more, talked more. They cooked together, watched movies, walked in the city slowly. Awkward conversations turned into real ones. And somewhere between midnight talks and shared coffee, Emma realized something terrifying. She was falling in love. Part 6, The Breaking Point. One evening, Emma asked, "If I hadn't saved you, would you still have married me?" Daniel hesitated. "That was enough. So this was never about me," she said quietly. "It was about your past." "That's not true. I was just a debt you wanted to repay." Her voice broke. "I don't want a husband who feels obligated to love me." She packed her bags and left. Part 7, Realization. Days turned into weeks. The apartment felt empty. Daniel sat alone, staring at the photos on the wall. For the first time, he understood. He hadn't fallen in love because she saved him. He had fallen in love because of who she was. Her kindness, her strength, her heart. And he lost her by trying to control the story. Part 8, The Final Choice. Emma had started a new life. Small apartment, new job. Peace, but not happiness. Because no matter how hard she tried, she missed him. One evening, There was a knock on her door. She opened it, and there he was. Not in a suit, just Daniel. "I'm not here to make a deal," he said. "I'm here to ask." He took a deep breath. "Can we start over? No contracts. No secrets, no past. Just you and me." Emma's eyes filled with tears. "Why?" He smiled softly. "Because this time I choose you.